Welcome to the 2015 San Gabriel Valley Poetry Marathon, Part 1. Next week, you'll get to hear that poem about Carl. I think. I'm just presuming. But for now, I hope you'll be happy to hear Alexis Fancher.
Hi, nice to be here, first time here. I am in Wide Awake. I have a poem in that collection, highly recommended, through Beyond the Road Press. Okay, I have a new book out, or a book out. It's called How I Lost My Virginity to Michael Cohen and Other Heart Stab Poems, available on Amazon. And unlike Carl, I don't talk about politics, I don't talk about pretty much anything except my vagina, so a little bit of a different take. Although actually today I'm going to be reading new work. This is from my new book. It's called Angeles Noir, and it's about different sections of Los Angeles. The ones I'm reading today are about my childhood and about my time with my sister growing up. First one is called When I Turned 16, Mother let Uncle Kenny from Chicago take me for a ride. 1. Uncle Kenny let the top down on the Chrysler, fedora protecting his tender scalp. When I got in the car, he threw his arm over the bucket seat, fingers grazing the back of my skimpy tube top. 2. PCH, left on Sunset. He took Dead Man's Curve like a pro, then the slow cruise to downtown, like he'd been here before. July baked my bare shoulders, like Uncle Kenny, I burned easily. 3. Sunset ended at Olvera Street. My uncle chose La Golondrina Cafe. I ordered the cheese enchiladas. He ordered a double margarita, extra salt. Things I learned at lunch: dress well, travel light, marry up. My mom says you're good for nothing, I said. Uncle Kenny slid so close in the booth, his trousers tickled my thigh. I made love once to Hedy Lamarr, he confessed. He ran his tongue around the rim of the margarita glass, licked the salt. His blue eyes stared right past me. When the mariachis reached our table, Uncle Kenny pulled me from the booth, spun me around the restaurant. Like all big men, he was light on his feet. 4. The overpriced gold and ruby chandelier earrings serenaded us from the store window. 5. How much damage, my mother reasoned, can he do my girl in one afternoon? 6. When Uncle Kenny died, soon after, in flagrante delicto, no one was surprised. I heard it was his heart, my mother said, but I know he didn't have one. She clipped his obituary out of the paper, pinned it to the refrigerator with a magnet. In my heart, I knew differently. I drove PCH north, left on Sunset, an Uncle Kenny-esque fedora shading my eyes. At Dead Man's Curve, I threw my head back like I'd seen Hedy Lamarr do in the movies. My chandelier earrings tinkled in the wind. This is called When I Turned 14, my mother's sister took me to lunch and said, soon you'll have breasts. They'll mushroom on your smooth chest like landmines. A boy will show up, a schoolmate or the gardener's son, polecat around you, all brown-eyed persistence. He'll be everything your parents hate. a smart aleck, a dropout, a street racer on the midnight prowl. Even your best friend will call him a loser, but this boy will steal your reason, have you writing his name inside a Scarlet Heart, entwined with misplaced passion and a bungled first kiss. He'll bivouac outside your window, sweet talk you until you sneak out into his waiting complications. Go ahead, tempt him with your newfound glamour, tumble into the back seat of his Ford at the top of Mulholland, flushed with stardust, his mouth in a death clamp on your nipple, his worshipful fingers scatting sacraments on your clit. Soon he will deceive you with your younger sister, the girl who once loved you most in the world. Thank you. This one's called When Your Mother Convinces You to Take in Your Homeless Younger Sister. She will date your boyfriend. She'll do it better than you ever did. She'll have nothing but time. He'll start showing up when you leave, train her to make the perfect BLT crusts off avocado on the side, encourage his cheating heart, suck his dick so good he'll think he died and went to Jesus. Your sister will borrow your clothes and look better in them than you ever did. Someone will see her with your boyfriend at the Grove, agonized for days before deciding not to tell you. Meanwhile, he'll buy her that fedora you admired in Nordstrom's window, the last one in your size. When you complain, your mother will tell you, it's about time you learn to share. While you're at work, your sister will tend your garden, weed the daisies, coax your gardenias into bloom. No matter how many times you remind her, she will one day forget to lock the gate. Your cat and your lawn chairs will disappear. Your mother will say it serves you right. Your sister will move into your boyfriend's big house in Laurel Canyon. He will ignore her, and she will make a half-hearted suicide attempt. You'll rescue her once again. Your mother will wash her hands of the pair of you, then get cancer and die. Smell the white gardenias in the yard, cherish their heady perfume, float them in a crystal bowl, forgive your sister as she has forgiven you.
I was used water, I'm sorry.
Alexis here.
Oh, thank you.
But you've been flawless, that's all I can say.
Okay, this one is called Sister Poem number 5, Double Date, the quarterback, the fullback, and the high cost of dinner. When the night ends, your sister will kiss the fullback goodnight on tiptoe under the porch light, her soft curls a halo illuminating her naivete. You, on the other hand, will stare at your bare feet, not shy, sullied, seeping. Your sister will thank the fullback for dinner at Tony's on the pier, the copious cocktails and signature chocolate mousse. She'll tell him she had a wonderful time, that she hopes she'll see him again. You will say none of these things. You will mind your manners. You will not try to think of how the quarterback forced himself into your mouth. You will bite your tongue and smile, pretend his baller body hasn't just slammed into yours, like he didn't wipe his penis on your sheets when he was done. While the quarterback assaults you, you'll have time to wonder if the fullback is out there fucking your sister, if he is brutal too. Your sister will watch TV with the fullback. They will make out, but just a little. You will have no way to know this. You will lie there and take it for your sister. You will lie there believing if you play it wrong, he'll snap her neck like a sparrow. They will eye the closed door of your bedroom. They will share a knowing smile. They will know nothing. How much time do we have left? Oh,
4 minutes.
okay. This is the most recent. It's called Boy Toy, Learning to Share, sister poem number 8. I stood in the doorway and watched Davy fuck my sister by candlelight. He never fucked me by candlelight. Their shadows conjoined, elegant. I was touching myself under my robe when they saw me. 2 against 1, I turned down the hall, turned down a threesome again. I brought him home because he talked like Davy Jones. I'd always wanted to fuck Davy Jones. So I let him be British all over me. An Anglophile. My roommate, younger sister, blossomed like a petunia. I thought I was learning to share. But that last night, when the sirens raged and the dogs howled in the night, when love had me suddenly by the throat, and my sister swore she could take him or leave him, how could I ever believe her? Anything I wanted, she wanted. So when he ping-ponged between her bed and mine, I told Davy to wear a condom. I told him I didn't know where she'd been. And when I finally begged Davy to make a choice, I watched his face carefully, ignored the implications of his sigh. She's beautiful, your sister, Davy said as he stroked my thigh. And this is the last poem. It's called Sister Poem number 7. They're in the order I wrote them, not in the order they're actually going to be in the book. Red-handed in Canoga Park, root causes and how it is all my fault. We were 5 and 3. You sat behind me on my blue bike, hung on tight the 4 blocks to the drugstore. They had toys, paddleball, jacks, stuffed animals. I was entranced by the My Merry kitchen set. Thumb-sized boxes of Ivory Snow, Kleenex, Ajax, and my favorite, a perfect replica bottle of Windex, the stuff of my dollhouse dreams. The restraint I had exhibited on previous visits failed me. I jabbed my finger through the cellophane, that tiny blue bottle, irresistible. You palmed the Clorox, reached for the Brillo pads. Hey, the manager shouted, his bigness looming down the aisle. There was no place to hide. When I ran, you froze. When I got on my bike and sped off, you faced the music. This day has defined our sisterhood. I was 5, for Christ's sake. Forgive me. Thank you.